Okay, let's talk about your big assignment from the Week 9 module, the synthesis essay. Now, I know when you see that full title, the Synthesis of Education and Automated Connection Essay, it can sound pretty heavy, right? Don't worry. We are going to break this whole thing down and turn what seems like a complicated assignment into a really clear, simple plan.
So you're looking at this major essay, and maybe you're staring at the prompt just thinking, okay, where in the world do I even start? If that's you, trust me, you are not alone. A synthesis essay can feel a little weird at first, but that's exactly why we're going through it together today.
Here's the goal for the next few minutes. We're going to walk through these instructions step by step. By the end, you're going to feel way more confident, you'll know exactly what's expected, and you'll have a solid game plan to get started.
All right, so first things first. Before we can even think about writing this essay, we have to get our heads around the main idea. What is a synthesis, anyway?
Think of it this way. A synthesis is not just a book report where you summarize two different articles. Your job is to be a kind of moderator. You're putting two texts into a conversation with each other. Then, you listen in on that conversation and build your own totally new argument based on how their ideas connect, clash, and bounce off each other. It's an awesome skill to have because you're literally creating new insights from existing ideas.
Now, what makes this assignment so interesting is the two authors you're working with. On one side, you've got Christine Schuchler, who's talking all about the financial crush of college tuition. And on the other side, you have Allison Pugh, who's digging into how AI is changing our personal relationships. At first glance, these topics seem like they're from completely different planets, right?
And that is the central puzzle you get to solve. What could they possibly have in common? Is there some deeper issue about society or pressure or value that connects the financial stress of students with the way we're automating our friendships? Finding that hidden link, well, that's the magic of this essay.
So how do you actually do that? How do you find that connection and then build a whole argument around it? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of constructing your case, from that initial spark of an idea all the way to your conclusion.
Luckily, the instructions give us a perfect roadmap. First, you've got to find the bridge, that one theme or question that both articles are kind of talking about, even if they don't know it. Then, you build your thesis, your main argument, on that bridge. And here's a pro tip. Your argument gets so much stronger when you also point out where these authors might argue or disagree with each other.
Just remember, your thesis statement isn't really about Schuchler, and it's not just about Pugh. It's about the relationship between them. You should ask yourself, what's the so what? What new thing do I understand only when I put these two ideas together? The answer to that question? That's your thesis. And of course, you gotta back up your brilliant argument with evidence. But this is more than just dropping in a few quotes. You need to be actively comparing the examples they use, looking at their logic, and always explaining how this specific piece of evidence proves your thesis about their conversation. I want you to look at this question because it's pulled right from the prompt and it is gold. It's pushing you to go deeper. Don't just look at what they're saying. Dig into why they're saying it. What are their hidden assumptions? What do they value? Answering this is what will really make your essay stand out.
Okay, we've tackled the big picture, creative stuff. Now let's switch gears and talk about the practical rules of the road. These are the details that'll make sure you get all the credit you deserve for your hard work.
First up, length. It needs to be a minimum of 4 full pages double-spaced. You should probably aim for somewhere in that 4 to 5 page sweet spot. That gives you plenty of room to set the stage, develop your awesome thesis, and really dig into the evidence without feeling rushed.
And here's a quick rundown of the other technical stuff. You've got to use MLA format for your quotes and citations. You'll need a separate works cited page at the end. And, the basics still apply. Make sure your essay has a clear structure and that you've proofread it carefully.
Now, this one is a really big deal. I'm going to say it again. Do not bring in any outside research. This essay is a test of how well you can read and synthesize these two specific articles, not how well you can use Google. Your entire argument has to grow from the soil of Schuchler and Pugh, and nowhere else. All right, you've got the concept, you know how to build the argument, and you know the rules. Let's talk about those final steps to get you across the finish line.
Think of this as your final pre-submission checklist. Before you turn it in, read your essay out loud. It's the best way to catch clunky sentences. Give that MLA formatting one last look. After that, you can hit that submit button feeling really good about the work you've done.
So there you have it. You've got a clear plan to nail this synthesis essay. Those instructions aren't a roadblock anymore. They're your guide. So the only question left is, once you get these two authors talking to each other, what cool, unexpected insight is your analysis going to uncover? Now go find out.